So we're in week 2 of the series we're calling Essentials, and what we're doing is we are talking about how do we grow as followers of Christ, right? So the question is, how do we live into the mission at Grace of becoming more and more like Jesus? At Grace, we kind of have a map or a strategy, if you will, to help you to live into this and to work that out. We call it the 6 Essentials. And what I'm going to do for just a minute is I'm going to walk through the 6 Essentials like I did last week, just because I want them to be fresh on your mind. But the first of the 6 Essentials is that you gather. You're actually doing it right now, that you come on Sundays. And we know that it's important to come on Sundays. There's something that happens in the context of corporate worship that can't be replicated or duplicated anywhere else. So whether this is your church or you're visiting, you need to have a church, and you need to be faithful to going to church regularly, more than once a month. You need to be there when church is happening, because God uses that to grow you. The other thing we know is that you need to connect with other people beyond Sunday morning. If this is all you have, it's not enough. God has designed you to be in relationship with other people. God has designed you to live out the scriptures with one another in a context of a small group. You should be mentoring somebody. Somebody should be mentoring you. You should have accountability relationships, but you need that. You need to be connected, and you need to serve. Every person in this room is called to serve. If you go to Grace, the expectation is that you are serving somewhere, because God has made you to do good works. And so you need to live into those good works, and that'll be part of your spiritual growth. So this is what we call the outer essentials. We call them the outer essentials because we need to do them together. You can't do them by yourself. You can serve yourself, but that's not what we're after here. We want you to serve other people. We want you to gather together. We want you to connect with other people. Outer essentials. And then we have what we call the inner essentials, which are that we are people of influence. That means that we give our lives away, that we understand that God has given us this precious gift in his son Christ, and we're sharing it with other people, that you are light in a dark world, that you are a person of devotion, not that you have devotions, but that your heart is fully devoted to God, and we're going to talk about that quite a bit today. And lastly, of the 6 essentials is generosity. When we talk about generosity, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about all of your time, your treasures, your talent, everything you have being put in play to advance the kingdom of God. Those are the 6 essentials. And when you look at the diagram and you see those arrows, what we're trying to communicate in the arrows is that these things all work together. There's a flow, if you will, that go with the 6 essentials. So the best way I can say it is, imagine if you are connected in a small group, suddenly Sunday becomes even better. The gathering becomes better. If you're in a place where you're serving, then you are making better connections. And when you're making better connections, then Sunday's even better. As your heart is fully devoted to God, Sunday becomes richer. As a matter of fact, as you are a person of influence, you're sharing your faith with other people, and you're inviting them to come to Grace and to grow in their faith, to be disciples. All of a sudden, Sunday is going to be richer because you're going to be sharing it with somebody that you're mentoring. So there's this, if you will, a perfect storm that happens when we are engaged in all 6 of the essentials. Each one helps to make the other one stronger.